So the last time I trusted someone in a velvet hat, I ended up cursed, mildly radioactive, and briefly bilingual. I get cursed a lot. And, that reminds me. So it all started with bread. That's how a lot of these things start. I had insulted a witch's sourdough at the village bake-off. I didn't mean to, but I called it emotionally dry and textually confused. And she took that personally. Cursed me on the spot. Nothing too dramatic. No lightning bolts, no Latin. She just pointed at me and said, "You'll know when." And I did. The next morning, a goat was standing in my yard. No collar, no bell, not even looking particularly evil, which is something because of those goat eyes. But this goat just stood there. I don't know how I knew, but I knew that it was judging me. Staring, unblinking, fertilizing my lawn with goat pellets of disapproval. I tried to chase it off. I threw a rock. It caught the rock and then gave it back to me like it was filing evidence. And since then, it's followed me everywhere. To the market, to the bathroom, to a failed romantic outing where it mooed when I tried to compliment her outfit. Goats don't even moo. That was a choice. I tried offering it food. It stole mine instead. I tried to lock it out of the house. It picked the lock. I watched it do it with a carrot. That's where we were. That's where we were at. One night I woke up to find it sitting on my chest, chewing a page out of my journal like it disagreed with how I remembered an argument, leaving more pellets, kind of like a jacked up receipt. I had just washed the sheets that day too. The villagers say it's a spirit of vengeance. I think it's just petty. Either way, I stopped trying to get rid of it. We don't talk, but it knows. So I hired a priest. Not a particularly devout one. He was mostly in it for the travel and cool hat and robe, but he did have a bell and a book, and he smacked the goat on the nose with a sprig of parsley, holy parsley? Parsley, while chanting something that sounded like a chowder recipe. The goat didn't care, it chewed the bell. Then I tried a bard. Thought maybe music would calm it down, but the goat broke his lute in half and walked away with strings stuck between his teeth like floss. The bard cried, the goat winked. I was beginning to think I was like a side character in my own haunting. It's been 6 months now. I stopped dating. I no longer dream in silence. Sometimes I wake up and the goat has rearranged my furniture. Nothing major, just enough to let me know that it's still there, waiting for something, maybe just ready to critique my life choices from a more symmetrical angle. I don't know. So, the moral of the story is, if you disrespect magical bread, be prepared to share your life with an emotionally manipulative barnyard therapist. But, silver lining, at least it approves of my toilet paper choices, so there is that.